podcast with your favorite Ruby girl, Dr. K. I'm in the house. I'm in the house. I'm so excited for tonight. Let me tell you, this young lady that I have as my guest just blew my mind when we started conversating. I knew she's powerful. I know that when she puts her hands to the plow, she definitely get a harvest, but she has harvested this time. And so tonight she's here to share her story. So if you've been looking at the advertising and everything, you know that she is the coloring book queen. I know I'm not saying your official title, but before we get started, Ursula, I want you to go on my page, find this video, and share it. So
Okay.
let me give you that $1 million commercial. So I am Coach K, also known as your favorite Ruby girl, and I am the owner of his design and the creator of the international brand Ruby Girl. So, Ruby Girl comes from Proverbs 31 and 10. Who can find a virtuous woman, for her price is far above the price of a ruby? So, ladies, this special is for you. Makes you rare, virtuous, and as I always say, valuable. Go to rubygirl.net, get you a free ebook. I'm working on being the ebook queen. We queening tonight. So I'm working on being the ebook queen. So go out there and also get your shirt, because if you're going to be a Ruby girl and you're going to stand out as God's girl, you got to be uniformed up. So go get a Ruby Girl t-shirt and rock the brand. So let's get started. Let's get started. So Miss Ursula, I want you to introduce yourself. Give us a 30-second powerful introduction.
Okay. Well, Ursula McCray is my name. Born and raised in Detroit. I have a company called the Coloring and Elevation Experience. It is a company that is rooted in healing and self-care through art therapy, and I have 27 motivational coloring books and journals currently on Amazon. I am a finance professional with over 25 years in finance. I am certified to be a yoga instructor. I am also a real estate agent. So I pretty much do whatever I like and whatever I enjoy and whatever sticks. So right now I'm claiming I'm an author, and that's my current title in life. And you can find me on Instagram at the Coloring and Elevation Experience.
Wow, that's amazing. I forgot you was a real estate agent too. So she's a serial entrepreneur. If you don't know what a serial entrepreneur is, it's somebody that's a business over there, a business here, business everywhere. And if you have an entrepreneurship spirit, you just have ideas just flowing, and you want to do this and you want to do that. You chase a lot of rabbits. Let's be honest. You have a lot of rabbits that you're chasing, but guess what? Eventually you land somewhere. And so Ursula has landed somewhere, and she has landed really good. As you hear in her introduction, she said, I have created 27 books. She is an author. They're coloring books and journals. And guess how long it took her to do this? Put in the chat. Put in the chat. Do you think it took her, let me see, 2 years? Do you think it took her 3 years? Or do you think it took her 1 year? So, Ursula, tell us about the journey, but at the end, tell us how long it took. So, y'all light up the chat: 3 years, 2 years, or 1 year. Let's go.
Okay. This journey came about with me just actually looking for residual income. I did not know it was going to be coloring books. Um, uh, so I was looking to do something that I would love. I was doing some research. I was always a lover and am a lover of motivation, encouraging words. I've had Instagram pages, TikTok pages that will have quotes and motivation to music. And I did this in my spare time for years. So I knew it was something that I like and something I wanted to share with the world. Somebody actually, I'm gonna tell you what made me do it, because it was actually an idea for like 2 weeks. And I went to work one day and that thing happened where somebody ticked you off and you was like, you know what? I'm about to do this, this, this. And within an hour, I quit second guessing who my graphic designer was going to be. I picked somebody. He was amazing, sent the book off, and in 2 weeks, I had a book. That was the ripple that started the wave. There was no way I thought that it would be 27 books and journals, and with a lot more to come. And that's pretty much how I got started. And I found alignment and I found purpose doing it. And something that I really enjoy, something that just came natural.
Mm. So sometimes you find your niche or your calling based upon what you like to do. what you're already doing, and then you just get that aha moment. But
Mm-hmm.
the key is you were doing something and this just like landed in your lap, even though your coworker kind of motivated you.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, motivated. And you know what? We never know what's going to motivate us. I think about people that children have died for cancer. They start a foundation. And sometimes in our worst moments or our trials, that's when our ideas just pop off. How many people? It's a lady out there, and she said she was helping people get grants. She worked for a financial institution. They found out they fired her. So her thing is, I was fired into millions because she said, now I help people get millions of dollars into grants. So, tell us how long it took you.
I released my first book in March of 2025.
So y'all do the math. It's
Yeah.
2026, it's February, it's not even March. She did this in less than a year, 27 books. And some of us has still got that one book in us. It might not, it's probably not a coloring book, but we still got that one book that we've been carrying for years. Here she is. Every time something came to mind, she sprung into action. So for a lot of us, we get a lot of knowledge, but we don't do a lot of action. Is that right, Ursula?
That's, you know what? You're absolutely right. So the reason why I was able to kick this many books out because there's an overload of ideas. This wasn't just I'm on a mission to do it and things that just come to me along the way. These were things that had been marinating in my brain for years. So it was easy for me to have these ideas and kick them out. So that's really where the quantity came from.
Wow. So this was just floating around in your brain, just taking up
Yeah.
space. And then finally you empty out that space. So when you're creative, that's just how your mind works.
Hmm.
If you think about it, a lot of people that's really, really creative are kind of off. If you look at the history books, they were like they were strange, they were kind of off, or some of them, I forgot who, who it was. They thought that he was insane, but I don't know if he was an artist something, but they were like, yeah, he was crazy, but he put out the best work ever. So people think creatives are a little off, and we might be because we think differently, we see
Yeah.
things differently. We just wired a
Yeah.
little bit different than everybody else. Some people are right-handed, some are left. I figure some people creative, some people are not. So as a
Hmm.
creative, how important is the environment to your creativity?
Um, because I like motivation, the actual space is not really important to me. I get my creativity from the music that I listen to because I love music. The people that I talk to when I'm reading a book, so I don't have to be in an actual space. Even one of my books was based on a space. I work at a recovery center, and they deal with SUD recovery. That's drug abuse, and I see the people come in that's in despair. So one of my, I think my second or third book was called Keep Going, right? The motivation for them to keep going. So that one did actually come from being in that environment. But for the most part, most of my books are just words. In my cell phone right now, I probably have about 90 ideas that can be books. So it's just from what I hear. I listen and I take things in. They marinate with me. They resonate. So that's it.
Wow, you said about 90 ideas.
I
Y'all
do.
need y'all need to be paying her to get one of those ideas. You can actually sell those ideas out your head.
Mm-hmm.
You know that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and you know what I'm finding out? People are willing to pay for knowledge. They understand degrees and certificate, but there's a certain knowledge that comes from somebody that's doing it or know how to do it. I say this all the time. I'm not a mentor, meaning I've done something. I'm a teacher, meaning I went out there, I learned it, and I'm coming back and teaching you. Don't ask me, well, did it work for you? It worked for the person that taught me. That's all you
Hmm.
need to know. And so people need to know the difference between a teacher and a mentor. A teacher will go out there, sit on seminars. They have ideas like you. Because really you could profit just off teaching what you do.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's so many ways out there to make money. And I hope by people listening to you and listening to us that their mind starts to work and be like, I need to get this stuff out my head. So for people who are creative, structure can be an issue. What advice would you give someone struggling to structure all those ideas in their head?
Go slow and take your time. Don't rush it, because when you are creating something, it could cost money, right? So with no structure, you're just out there putting stuff out. You didn't make sure it was done properly, and you may not have had a complete thought yet to make it work. So the name of my publishing company is called Quotes to Fly Higher. You'll see that on a lot of the books. And the coloring and elevation experience is the actual art therapy part of that, and the coloring books and the parties. So it took me 3 months, 2 to 3 months, to come up with the coloring and elevation experience, because I had to find a way to incorporate everything that I like: the motivation, the mindfulness, the art therapy. And just so I wouldn't be all over the place, I was like, how can I make this work? Because I can't be a finance professional, real estate agent, author, doing coloring parties and teaching yoga. That's too much. It took a while to come up with that, but when it came together, it just made sense. But I didn't rush that process. So, structurally, just make sure that you organize your thoughts and you take your time, because I have made some mistakes that I'm fixing, and but they're not really bad mistakes because I didn't rush the process. So I would just say, write everything down. That way you can look at it. Sometimes you got to talk to people too. And I know people don't like to share their ideas. I recommend sharing it with somebody that you really trust, because people have said things to me to make me rethink how I was going to maneuver and do something. So just take your time. That's the best advice. Just organize things, look at it, keep going over it. But if it's still in your mind, that means you have to do it.
Mhm. So tell us about the coloring and elevation experience.
Okay. So that is the parties. Right. That is the art therapy. So what I would do is, you could book a party with me and I will come do a coloring session. Even if you just want to not really color, just have me come motivate and speak to people, and then I let them pick out what they want to color. I don't tell people. I have 27 books. I let them pick something that resonates with them. So we will color, talk, embellish. We're not going to do anything to trigger anybody. We don't want that. We want it to be fun and light. And that's what the color and the elevation experience is. It's just art therapy and mindfulness and some self reflection. Everybody loves the party. And
Uh-huh.
that's what we do. You get to take it home. You can frame it, and decorate it and look at it, and be. It's just a reminder of what you want to manifest or who you're becoming.
I like that. I like that. This is phenomenal. So I'm putting her link to her author's page on Amazon so you can go out there and see all the books she has. She has books about just Detroit. It's called What Up Though?
What up, though?
Right?
Detroit culture. That's for us. Yes.
Yeah, and so when I seen it, I was like, "Wow!" And so I've seen like maybe 3 of your books, and so when you told me 27, I'm like, "I missed something out here," because I actually brought one of her coloring books. Now, y'all look, coloring is the opposite for me. I told y'all this before, right? So I brought her book, and I went to a paint party, and I gave it to somebody. I said, "Hey, to kind of raffle this off." Whoever got your book totally loved that book. They even came back and gave the person feedback, like, where did they get this book from? And so I had to give them the information, but they loved it. And what I like about it, I love the designs that you had it and everything, but I wasn't going to desecrate your book. It was just, I wasn't going to do that because I'm like, no, I know somebody that can use it. And so tonight, y'all that are watching, I want you to stay to the end because I'm gonna give somebody with one of her coloring books. I'm gonna let you go out there. You're gonna pick what coloring book you want, and I'm gonna pay for for that coloring book because I don't believe in just interviewing my guests. I believe in also supporting them to show them that I back you 100%. So y'all got to hold on because I'm going to ask you a question. So I need y'all to really pay attention to what she's saying tonight. Now, if you fall asleep and when I put that question out there, you miss it, that's just on you. So we were talking about, let's go back to structure. So one
Mhm.
thing that when you creative that you struggle with, like I said, structure, sometimes too much structure can hinder you. Like me, when I do a flyer and somebody like, oh, put this, that, my mind literally go blank. I need to do it. Give me the basics. Let me do it. Then come back and tell me what else you need. And then if you dissect it too much, you won't get my work. Now, does that happen with you? How do you control your structure so that you're still creative?
I do whatever moves me because I have so many ideas. Everything may not resonate that I wrote down like at that time in my life. If I'm going back through my cell phone, I may say, "No, I'm not feeling that right now. I'm not feeling that." But then I get to something and say, "This is where I am right now. I have to create this book." That's how I deal with structure. I just do because it has to interest me. And I because if it interests me, I'm going to put my best foot forward. I'm going to be in tune with the process when I'm talking to my designer. I'm gonna want to talk to him. He's not going to feel burdensome to me, like, oh yeah, I forgot I put a book out there. So that's how I deal with structure. Just picking out the things that are important and that's relatable at the time. Because some of my ideas, when I go back and look at them, I was like, yeah, that's not me anymore. That was 3 weeks ago. That was 2 months ago. So that's it. That's how I deal with my structure.
Okay, all right. So we're moving kind of fast tonight. So we're gonna take a break. We're gonna take a 1 minute break and I'm gonna go out there and see what people are saying. And I always tell y'all better get to typing fast if y'all want me to give y'all the shout out, if y'all got a question for Ursula, because I'm quite sure you do. Because I have like a million questions, but I told you we was only gonna work off five. And I did slip in some extra ones because her story is so intriguing. Number one, if she says she did 27 books in like 5 years, I'd be like, oh, I still be impressed. But to hear that she did this like in 11 months, you do the math because I'm not good at math, but I think it rounds out to almost like two books. It's almost like two books a month.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm,
So in January, and remember going to the new year. So the new year you're like extra focused. Between December and January, I think I did 4 books. Just
really?
yeah, during my Christmas break and going into early January. I just kicked them out. I sent my designer 3 books in 1 week. So
I know he's like, girl.
yeah, because he has a deadline.
So does he be like sometimes do you get feedback from your designer like I didn't expect when we linked up that you was going to be kicking him out like this. You probably his only customer almost at one point.
Uh, no, he doesn't say that. He's just happy to hear from me. He's like, "Hey, how are you, friend?" That's all he says. I'm like, "We are friends
Yeah,
forever."
y'all besties. Y'all are besties, and he does
Yes.
great work from the y'all. I'm gonna show y'all later on before we end some of her books, and they're not like you see a book and you see the coloring page on the book, and you like, oh, okay. Her books are vibrant. Her books are colorful, and you could tell they're of great quality. And so a lot of people use them for therapy. Am I right?
Yes. Art therapy, it's just a way to, you know what? Let me say this. I sell motivation. That's what I'm pushing. I'm pushing motivation and I'm using art therapy as a way to do it. Art therapy is healing because it's calming, relaxes the nervous system, and it's one of the things you could do that does not have to be perfect. I mean, we like that. We just want to do some things aimlessly and you're just taking in this you actually picked what you're coloring so it resonates with you so you're just getting a reminder of what you need at the time but it is very calming. It is, and I was like you at one point. I didn't when I started this I didn't color, but I do now. So I'm learning, I'm getting there. I'm actually taking an art therapy course.
Oh, wow, that's
Yes.
good. So you
Hmm.
know what, like they say, crafting kind of helps you.
Hmm.
Also, coloring kind of relax you because only thing crafting and coloring is doing is taking your mind off what's going on with you. It's just like reading. Like I remember I was little. reading took me out the world that I was in. So I was a massive reader. I always had books with me. And I remember I was ordering so many books, and my grandmother was like, "You can't, we poor. You can't order books like that." But I wasn't around a library. We only went to the library once a month, and I was in therapy. And so I couldn't go. But I learned how to get my books. I used to subscribe to the Inquirer, all types of things. I made it happen. And so reading, crafting, coloring, if you have going through anxiety, you have ADHD or anything like that, this is very good. So I encourage you to click that link that I put in the chat. Start going
Mhm.
out there looking, because you might be the winner, and see what type books she have. So all right, here's the 1 minute break. We made it. Go ahead, Miss Ursula. You got my show, and I'm going on Facebook.
Okay, so everybody, I want to talk to you about one of my favorite books, and it's a bestseller that I have, and it is called The Art of Deserving. I think you all can see it right there. And what I want to do is talk about this one page right here. It says, "You deserve." I'm not sure if you guys can see it if I'm going in and out, but it says, "You deserve a confidence that grows." Very, very important because sometimes we don't know what we deserve because we're so used to having what we have and we think it's normal. We don't know what direction to go into. And confidence is something that is constantly growing, it needs to be nurtured. You need to look at things and keep things in your life that's full of positivity, things that can just help you grow as a person, and things that you need to nurture because your children, your grandchildren, your friends, everyone can see and feel your confidence, whether it's there or not. So consider The Art of Deserving. This is a bestseller. It also comes in a journal. And some of the other pages that are in here, you deserve to be acknowledged for showing up. We don't always get recognition for showing up for people. And that's what I mean. We show up for people, we help them, we love them, and we need to be recognized for that. The Art of Deserving on Amazon.
Okay. All right. Tell them how they can get connected with you.
um, through Instagram. And then you can email me at UrsulaRMcCray@yahoo.com. And that's UrsulaRMCCRAY@yahoo.com. I check my emails 100 times a day, and that's the best way. You can follow my personal page on Facebook, which is Ursula McCray, but it's the Coloring and Elevation Experience on Instagram.
Okay, all right. I was gonna ask you. Thank you. So, all right, this is when remember when I asked the question, I said, "How long did it take?" Marietta was brave enough to say 1 year. She got it right. Blair Cherie out there, she said hello. Anissa, she said hello, and Anissa said 90. Wow. She said I published. Let me see. My first coloring book last year. Content for my next is in my phone too. Let me tell you, Anisha is amazing. That's someone you really, she's a publisher. So you might,
Oh,
if
okay.
you ever need to connect with her, she's very
Yeah.
good at marketing and everything. Dr. Terry in the house. Hey, Dr. Terry. Then we got Teresa. She said, I love adult coloring books. All right.
Mhm.
You got some fans out there. All right.
Yay!
Yay! So this is the second part of our show. And so I
Mhm.
know we get really close to the end, and I know y'all don't want this to end because Ursula is giving us some real good information. She telling us to stop keeping that stuff in your head. These ideas are in your head for a reason. They gotta come out your hand. I always
Mhm.
say from your head to your heart to your hands. Did I do that right? Head, heart, hands. Oh, they
I
all
like that.
H's. Oh,
I
that's a
like that.
t-shirt.
You
All
know what?
right.
That's a book. That's a
Oh,
book. What you
let me write
just
that. Let me write that down. Where my pen at? I can't even get the pen in my hand. that's
that's
that's an
those are
ebook.
the things that I hear.
That's a coloring book too.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll write the ebook. You do the coloring book.
Okay.
All right, so I got my 1 month book. Maybe that's June or something. It might be this month. But anyway, let's get to the second part of this interview. So if you have not shared this video, please share it because I want more people to hear Ursula's
Mhm.
story. I want more people to hear her testimony of how she set her mind to something and she has not stopped and is not going to stop. Really, Ursula, you're just getting started. And you got off to a great start, a start that many of us haven't even got to yet. We might have been an author. I only written 2 books and some ebooks. I'm nowhere near 10. I'm nowhere near 15. So this is a passion for you. This is a gift. It's funny how you don't know what gift you have until you do something. Did you even imagine that you would be putting out coloring books?
No. No, I didn't. It was initially it was a book, and I will do a book later on. That's a lot more structure. So when we're talking about structure, that's something I have to do. But no, I didn't know it was going to be coloring books. But I will say this: as a kid, I used to get these books by Judy Bloom. And as a kid, I would get all of them when they had the book fair that come to the school. I remember saying, "Oh, I want to be her."
Wow.
Like it's a lot of people to be, but I wanted to be Judy Bloom.
Wow.
So the goal is to be the Judy Bloom of motivational coloring books.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And I like what you said. Um, you said you're selling motivation, but we're going to talk about that. But before then, do you believe coloring can help people become motivated?
Um, I do believe it can help motivate you depending on what you're coloring. And with my books, it can help motivate you. There's not one person that looks at my books and is like, I don't like it. You have to love it, right? I'm breathing life into you. So
Mhm.
I personally believe that my coloring books can help motivate people because that's what they are. They are encouraging, they're affirming, they're affirmations. Another one of my bestsellers is Affirmations for the Intelligent Woman and Vows to Oneself. A vow is a covenant, it's much deeper than a promise, right? So those things, they breathe life into you and they can motivate you.
Oh,
You're doing
wow.
it, it's repetitive, right? So
Mhm.
when you keep looking at something and you keep doing it and you're reading it, you're taking in these words. You have to spend time. You're not just reading these words, you have to spend time coloring them in. So,
Mm.
and
Mm.
that will motivate you.
So you're
The
actually
words.
once again connecting their mind, their head with their hands when they're coloring. Because not
Yes.
only are they seeing it, not only are they probably speaking it out loud, but they're making movement to it. So it's programming. So I see how it works, and people need
Hmm.
to be motivated with everything that's going on in this world. There's a lot of things that bring negativity. I could name one, but I'm not, and because I'm not political. And so
Hmm.
it's a lot of things that are weighing people down. And just to sit down makes you quiet, it
Hmm.
makes you rest, it calms you, it gets your mind off everything. And for you to just reading motivation, you're not just doing a picture, this is getting in your head. And so I get it. So, what are some innovative ways you have marketed your book, and how can we support you?
Some of the innovative ways. Okay, so I did the What Up Though coloring party. That was innovative because to my knowledge, that was Detroit's first one. I actually do pop-ups, I do vendoring events. I will next week start doing free parties.
Oh,
So you have to follow my Instagram page to see how to book me for a free party. You can
okay.
reach out to me. So that's very innovative right there because I'm going to show up with these materials and do a free party. So,
Okay, I'm typing it in now. It's
yes.
the coloring.
Yep, coloring and okay, on Instagram, take the off, but it's
Oh,
coloring and elevation experience.
coloring and the word
Yep,
and
yep.
elevation experience. Okay, I'm your secretary tonight. I'm not doing good as a secretary because I'm not getting paid. All right, I just
Oh, you
put it
used to be one. I remember. That's a
in.
long time ago, another life.
Since you mentioned that. So y'all, this is if y'all wonder how did I connect with this how do I connect with marvelous people? Well, how I connected with this amazing person. We worked at a car dealership together. And at one point, well, I was your boss, kind
Yes.
of. Oh
You
God.
hired me.
Did I?
I think you did.
Oh, yeah, I did put in. Oh, wow. So
Yeah, I
this was a
was.
long time ago when there was no gray, when I had, I, well, it was I was in my 20s at the time. And so,
Mhm.
yeah, we were at a car dealership. That's how we met. And Ursula
Yep.
was 19 at the
Yep.
time, and I was older. I just put it like I was still in my 20s though,
Yeah,
you know.
most
And you know
definitely.
what? Y'all, so Ursula is the one got me hooked on getting my nails done. Do you know I never would get my nails done? She's the first one took me to professionally get my nails done. And y'all, I have not took my nails off since I've been in my 20s. Even through the pandemic, I might have had this many nails on. Some people have never seen me without my nails on. This is the person that got me addicted to getting my nails done. And I used to remember a time, Ursula, I couldn't even wait for 2 weeks. I was like, oh, I want another design. I want this. And so that's how we met. So we have been friends. Oh, it's been a long
30
time.
years. 30 years. It's been a long time.
Wow, you know what? It's been
It's
over
been a long
30
time.
years.
Over 30, yeah.
Yeah,
It's been
I
over
think I
30.
was like 23 at the time. Well, maybe not.
Mhm.
It's probably been 10 years. I don't want to date myself. But that's how we met. We met at a dealership. You never know how far you gonna go with a person. You never
Mhm.
know where that person is gonna land. Cause honestly, I wouldn't have seen you being this polished businesswoman that you were when you walked in that door. But as I grew to know you, I saw gifts and talents coming out of you, and you haven't stopped. Everything you touch, I told a friend today, I said, look, everything Ursula touch, it turns golden. I mean,
Yeah.
she puts her mind to something, she's gonna be successful at it. And
Yeah.
I'm just going to encourage you that's out there listening that it can be the same for you. I remember one thing you told me. You said, I expect good things to happen to me. You still
Yeah.
got that same attitude?
I do. I do.
And
I'm
I
so
was,
happy that you're saying this because people think I'm crazy. I'm like, no, I'm supposed to be happy. So thank you. This has been a way of life for me forever. Forever. So yeah, and telling people that they deserve a great life and telling them like, what are you doing? You should be happy. This is not a life that I just stepped into. This has been me like the entire time. And so yeah, I do expect great things to happen for me. I always have.
mm.
Like
So,
everything's going to be okay in my mind.
mm. So you have carried this attitude no matter what happened. You looked at, you dropped the glass, you looked at it and said, I got three more glasses in the cabinet.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So these we're gonna end the interview. It's really a short interview, but it's a powerful interview. So
Mhm.
here's the $1 million question. I need y'all to get near the chat because the first person that come close to this number without going over the first person in the chat, you're gonna win the coloring book. So Ursula, how many coloring books? Wait a minute, no, wait a minute. All right, y'all, hit the chat before you even say it.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I got to give them time. I'm sorry, I'm just
Okay.
rushing things and everything. But while they do that, I want you to do your 2 minute closeout. But let me go on Amazon
Okay.
and show them your page. So while you do your 2 minute closeout, that'll work. That they can go ahead and they can put this in. There we go. All right. All right. Go ahead, Miss Ursula. 2 minutes.
Okay, so first I'd like to thank you for having me on the show. I'd like to thank everybody that has tuned in and listened to me. I hope I dropped some gems. I hope I was able to motivate somebody. But I really want to encourage everybody to try some art therapy, right? Um, if you do not like to color, get a book and just read the words. Share this book with people that you love. Share this book with your children, coworkers. Just be a blessing to yourself and to somebody else. One of my newer books is called I don't know if you can see it. It's called Unapologetic, and it's about not apologizing for who you are, the greatness that lies in you. Everything you are, everything that you say you are in this book, and you're authoritative about it, and you claim it. And that's what my brand is about. You can look at the screen. I'm seeing the vows to oneself, the busy, blessed, and becoming, which is about being busy with an intention, not losing focus, staying on your path, being in alignment with who you are. There's a gratitude book, just being grateful. I'm grateful for everything in my life, for who I am and what I'm not. I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be able to pour into people. We have a book right there that says, You Are the Power Word. That's for kids. The words are acronyms. So you get words like brave, strong, helpful. They're all acronyms. Start having your children get these books, color them in, and just start breathing life into them. So that's what the coloring elevation experience is. The parties are even better. Have me come out, call me, reach out to me, and I can tell you about the free coloring parties. Share, please share. It's not always about a purchase. They help, but if you can just get me into rooms, share my work, and just breathe life into me like I'm breathing life into the world.
Mm. So you forgot to mention that you have a Black History one.
I
Voices
do.
rooted in resilience.
Yes, that was one that I wrote when I submitted my 4 books to my designer. Rooted in Resilience just came out. Voices Rooted in Resilience, and it's just quotes from people that are alive. Now, I do have like Martin Luther King in there, but we've got Nas, Jay Z, Issa Rae, Gabrielle Union, and that's for young people today, people that they can relate to. And that's what we want. Things need to be relatable. And so when they're hearing these quotes from people that are their age and that they see on TV and people that they dream to be, it just makes it better for them. So get
Mm,
one for your kids, Rooted in Resilience.
okay.
Voices Rooted in
Well,
Resilience.
I had to pull up affirmations for the intelligent woman. I felt
Yes.
like it was calling me. I just felt
Yes.
that.
And I have a journal for that. So some of the books have journals. So affirmations for the intelligent woman, so you can actually reflect on the words that are in the book.
Oh, now what's this Uriah?
Uriah. So when I do my events, this is great. When I do my events, people say, What do you have for kids? And that's where You Are the Power Word came from. But then I promised myself, I said, Look, I deal with positivity and I am not getting into characters. Well, that was a lie. So Uriah is like the younger, prettier version of me, right? So, because who wants to color me? So I made her younger, cuter, flyer, and this book takes you through 30 different careers. So a little girl can actually see herself in these careers. And we have careers, I think we have I'm looking on the back. I think I see a doctor, a movie star. There's even a content creator in the book, um, nurse, a veterinarian, a tattoo artist, a author. So that's who Uriah is, and it's for little girls.
Wow.
And I will have one for boys coming out this month. And those will be my 2 character books. If they do well, there'll be a whole series, like Ken and Barbie. That's the goal.
Okay. All right. I like this. This is I especially like Uriah. It's something that we need, especially our little girls of color. And that's the one thing. These books are coming from a woman of color,
Mm-hmm.
and definitely representing our culture. So I want to thank you, Ursula, for tonight because I think you motivated somebody out there. I think the person that was stalling about putting out their first book, first coloring book, or first ebook, or whatever, that looked at you and said, if she can do it, I know I can do it too.
Yes.
Yoga instructor, real estate agent, so on,
Finance, yes.
finance, and now she's out here selling motivation by using coloring books. That is such a unique business concept. So I just want to say to everybody, thank you so much for watching tonight. Ursula, I want to thank you for being an inspiration to us all.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna do
Thank
the
you.
Les Brown. There's greatness in you, Ursula.
Thank you. Thank you, Carrie.
And you are doing great things out there. So, okay, we got to figure out who won. Okay, so I told y'all to put in the chat how many books you think she's aiming to put out. So I'm gonna go see right quick, Ursula. I almost forgot. So let's see what we got out there. I don't see nothing. Did y'all forget the challenge? Somebody put a number out there. Y'all don't want a free coloring book? Okay, well, I'll just keep my money. Put some numbers in
Okay.
the chat, y'all. I don't see any numbers in the chat unless, let me see here. Because
Y'all put some
sometimes,
numbers in that chat. Come on now.
right. Let me see. Sometimes I can't see it on the live, but let me go and look here. All right. Maybe I can pull it up here. All right. Ursula, anything else you want to say before we close? Okay, I do see 15.
Um, you know what I would like for people to really know about me is
Uh-huh.
that I spent a lot of years doing things that I was not in alignment with.
Mhm.
And so we get 27 books out of alignment. I stepped into something that was in me and is my purpose. So you're looking at somebody who is doing something completely different than anything that they have ever done, and it's working, and I love it, and I'm never going to stop doing it. So if you're struggling with what you're doing for a living and you're trying to find out which direction to go, I would say pray on it and just make the first move and just do something that you like. Because a lot of times, what you're doing for a hobby, like I told you, I had TikTok pages and Instagram pages dedicated to this for years. What you're
Mhm.
doing as a hobby, find you some structure, right? Take it slow. What you're doing, what you're playing with in your free time, and see how you can make a career out of it.
Wow. All right. So I didn't see what they put in the chat, but I know the number. So y'all go
Okay.
ahead, put in the chat. On the replay, it does not count. But those that were on the live, go ahead and put the number. I'm gonna go out there and I look at the chat because sometimes it just does not show up until after the show. But I want to thank you once again, Ursula. Thank you everybody out there that stayed with us from beginning to end. And congratulations in advance to the person who's gonna win the coloring book. So, all right, y'all, we're signing off Facebook, but I just want to say have a great and amazing night. And please go out and support Ursula, even if you just get her Black History Month. That one
Yes.
alone, you can sit down with your children and just talk to them and color and just go over a little bit of history. All right, y'all. Well, y'all be blessed. Tune in next week. I got another fantastic guest coming. So, good night, Facebook.
Good night.